AITA for secretly installing cameras and exposing my stepmom as my real mom. During her vow renewal with my dad, I, 25F, thought I had a pretty normal family. My mom died when I was a baby, car accident. My dad remarried when I was 5. My stepmom, Karen, raised me. I always called her by her name, never mom. She was cold, strict, and distant. Not evil, just emotionally unavailable. Meanwhile, my dad adored her. He'd snap at me for even minor things if Karen looked the slightest bit annoyed. When I turned 21, I moved out. We stayed in touch, but I kept my distance. Now fast forward to 6 months ago. My dad and Karen were planning a vow renewal for their 20th anniversary. Big fancy thing. Karen asked if I'd give a speech. I said yes, even though I didn't feel close to them. And then it started. 2 weeks before the vow renewal, I get a call from an unknown number. A woman says, "You don't know me, but your life isn't what you think it is. Start by checking your dad's storage unit, Unit 117, then call me back." I thought it was a prank, but I was curious. My dad did have a unit. I knew the general code because he used the same 4 digits for everything. So I checked. Inside were dozens of labeled boxes. Some were boring, tools, camping gear. But in the back, hidden behind a tarp, I found a box labeled 1998, Hospital Records, Do Not Open. That's the year I was born. Inside, photos, paperwork, DNA test results, VHS tapes, and a birth certificate with a different last name, mine. My mother's name wasn't who I thought. It was Karen. I sat there on the floor of that dusty unit, staring at documents that made no sense. Then I watched the tapes. They showed a younger Karen, pregnant, holding a baby, me, more papers, a custody case. Apparently, she had lost custody of me due to mental health issues when I was 6 months old. My dad was granted full custody. She wasn't my stepmom. She was my actual mom. She faked her identity to come back into my life. And my dad knew. He remarried her under a fake name. They kept the truth from me for 25 years. I called the woman back. She was a nurse who had been fired years ago after threatening to go public. She said Karen had manipulated doctors, faked evaluations, and returned as a completely different person. She had proof. My dad helped cover it up to reunite the family peacefully. I was shattered. So here's what I did. I didn't say anything. I acted normal. And then I installed cameras in their house. I told Karen it was for security while they traveled. She smiled and thanked me. My hands were shaking. I waited. And the night before the vow renewal, I got the footage I needed. Karen on the phone, laughing, saying, "She still doesn't know. Can you believe it? She thinks I'm just her stepmom. Honestly, if she ever finds out, we're screwed. But she's too stupid to figure it out." I played that video at the vow renewal, right after they kissed. The venue had a projector. I said I wanted to show a slideshow of their love through the years. Instead, I played the footage of Karen laughing, then the clip of her holding me as a baby, then the documentation, the DNA test, the birth certificate. Silence, screams, crying. Karen ran. My dad stood frozen. My aunt fainted. Guests started leaving in stunned silence. I stood there and said, "You kept my entire identity from me. You let me believe my mother was dead. You made me call her Karen. I hope your vows mean something, because you just lost your daughter." I left. Now the family is split. Half say I ruined a good thing, that it wasn't my place to expose them like that. The other half is in shock. I've blocked most of them. I'm in therapy, and I'm considering legally changing my name back to what it was at birth. But I can't lie. Part of me feels guilty, like I nuked everything in one night. So Reddit? AITA for setting up cameras and revealing that my stepmom was actually my real mom in disguise?